Hello everyone, it's Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. And we get back to our out of the ballpark 20 battle, best of 7 between the 1966 Dodgers and the 1975 Reds. Dodgers lead the series 3-2 and look to close it out here in Cincinnati. Cincinnati has to win 2 in a row. It's a rematch of Game 2 starters Don Drysdale and Gary Nolan, both who pooped the bed in that game, though the Reds won a slobber-knocker slugfest. Once again, I will be managing the Dodgers, and the out-of-the-ballpark Baseball Sim Engine 20 will be managing the Cincinnati Reds. At the ballpark, we have Appachatter. Check out that wonderful channel. Jack Dawson, another great channel in our community, and Philip Reynolds, all 3 fine content creators. So let's get to the starting lineups and play some baseball. Maury Wills will lead things off for the Dodgers. He'll play shortstop. Batting second in center field is Willie Davis. Jim Lefevre will bat third and play second base. In right field, batting fourth, Lou B. Johnson. Wes Parker's at first base and will bat fifth. Tommy Davis will bat sixth and play left field. Roy Fairley, we continue with our third base experiment with Roy Fairley. He's been very good. He'll bat seventh and man the hot corner. Johnny Roseborough struggled in this series. He'll bat eighth and do the catching. Don Drysdale will bat ninth, and he's up on the bump for the 66 Dodgers, trying to close it out here and defeat the 75 Reds 4-2. For the Cincinnati Reds, Charlie Hustle leads things off. That's Pete Rose. He'll be followed by Joe Morgan, who's playing second base. Johnny Bench will do the catching and bat third. Tony Perez is the cleanup hitter. He'll play first base. Speak softly, carry a big boomstick. George Foster will bat fifth. Ken Griffey Sr.'s in right field. Griffey's in left. And Griffey will bat sixth, Batting seventh at shortstop, Davey Concepcion. In center field, batting eighth is Cesar Geronimo. And Gary Nolan. The task falls on the shoulders of Gary Nolan to take this to his 7th game. He'll bat ninth and do the pitching for the Big Red Machine. Larry Harris and Greg Gorecki are at the ballpark. Check them out. Great fans of the channel. Greg Gorecki says Drysdale's going to pitch a gem. Well, he was horrible in Game 2. And let's make sure we're modern 3D view. Let's hit start the game. And to the ballpark we go. So Gary Nolan on the mound, 10 out of 10 stamina, quality of pitches below average, movement good, control excellent. He's 1-0, he won Game 2, but he gave up 9 hits and 5 earned runs in 7 innings with a 6.43 earned run average. Julian 10 is at the ballpark. Thank you for joining us. And you have Johnny Bench behind the plate. He's a 9 defensive catcher with the arm and 10 defense with the range. Pete Rose below average at third. He's a 4. Concepcion and Morgan excellent up the middle are both 10s, and Perez is an 8 at first. That's outstanding. Foster's in left, 8 defense, 6 arm. Geronimo's in center, 10 defensive range, 7 arm. And Ken Griffey Sr. below average range with an average arm in right. Ivan Diaz is at the ballpark. Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us. So here comes Maury Wills. Once again, I'm playing as the Dodgers. Wills batting .409 in this series with 1 homer and 2 ribbies. Nolan is ready. Here's the pitch to Maury Wills. 2-2 count to Maury. He's swinging away. Definitely a base-stealing threat if he gets on. And that's a ground ball to Rose. He has it. Throws high, but Perez makes the catch at first. 1 down. Cincinnati must win to stay in and force a Game 7. That will bring up Willie Davis. Davis, 381. No homers, no ribbies. Left-handed batter. He's a pull hitter. Infield, outfield, straightaway and normal. For the Reds. Nolan picks up the sign. He deals to Willie Davis. 1-1 count. Davis swings the stick. And that's lifted out to shallow right. Griffey coming in. He'll make the catch. 2 down. So 2 up, 2 down. Nolan off to a very good start. Reds fans loving it. And here comes second baseman Jimmy Lefevre. He's batting .261, a homer and 4 ribbies. Left-handed pull hitter. He could jack one out of here at Riverfront Stadium. Nolan hoping for a 1-2-3 inning. He nods his head. He rocks and deals to Lefevre. 2 balls, no strikes. Lefevre, green light. He swings. He rips that shot down the line. Griffey on the run in the corner. He leaps and he makes the catch. Holy cow. Griffey makes the leaping catch, robbing extra bases, and that's out number 3. Nolan tips his cap to his right fielder and heads to the dugout. Sparky Anderson is ecstatic. Let's watch that one more time. What a catch by Ken Griffey Sr., as he's known by now. Here it is. Lefevre jacks it down the line. That's at least a double, possibly a triple if it bounces away. Leaping catch, out number 3. Philip Reynolds says, great catch. Yes, it was. All right, so Don Drysdale, Game 2 loser. He was god-awful. 5 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks, ERA 10.80. But Drysdale looking to make amends. Average quality of pitches when it comes to his stuff. Movement and control, very good. Stamina, 10 out of 10. Behind the plate, Johnny Roseborough, 7 arm, 7 defensive range. Fairley, the Ron Fairley experiment at the hot corner. He has no defensive rating for range, but he's only made 1 error, and he's swinging quite a hot bat. Maury Wills is an 8 at short. Lefevre's a 7 at second. So is Wes Parker. He's a 7 at first. Tommy Davis is in left, below average range. He's a 4. Arm is average with a 5. Willie Davis can go get him with the best of them. He's an 8 range, 5 arm. And Lou B. Johnson, average range, average arm, 5 for both. Here comes Charlie Hustle. Pete Rose batting .368, no homers, and 2 ribbies. Switch hitter batting lefty off the right-handed throwing, Don Drysdale. Drysdale deals to Rose, 1-1 count. Rose swings the stick. Ground ball. Lefevre ranges to his left. He throws low, but Parker has it, 1 down. That brings up little Joe Morgan. Morgan batting .300, no homers, 2 ribbies. A left-handed normal hitter. Dodgers infield, outfield, straight away in normal. Drysdale nods his head. The big kick and the pitch to Morgan. 3-0 count to little Joe. Inside, ball 4. So Drysdale allows a runner on. Double play will get him out of it. And here's Johnny Bench. Bench would like to forget about this series, only batting .143, no homers, 3 ribbies. Right-handed pull hitter. Dodgers defense will shift left in the infield, outfield straightaway and normal. Lefevre behind the second base bag. Parker holds on, Morgan at first. He's definitely a base-stealing threat. Here's the pitch to Bench. 1 ball, no strikes. There goes Morgan, and Roseborough just holds the ball. So a big jump off Don Drysdale, and Morgan's in scoring position with 1 out. They'll continue the shift in the infield to the left, outfield straightaway and normal. 1 ball, no strikes to Bench. Roseborough pounds the mitt, sets the target. Pitch homeward bound. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that's a fly ball. Right center field. And Davis calls off Johnson, fires it back in. 2 down, retreating back to second is Morgan. So 2 outs, Morgan will be off on contact. He should score on a base hit with 2 outs. And here comes TP, Tony Perez, cleanup hitter, only batting .167, no homers, with 1 runner knocked in. He is a right-handed pull hitter. Once again, the Dodgers infield will shift left. Outfield straightaway and normal. Drysdale works quickly to Perez. 0-2 count. He has him a hole. And that ball is lifted deep, deep, deep to left. Davis racing back, and he makes the catch in front of the wall. That's Tommy Davis. And the side is retired. Perez just scuffs the AstroTurf with his cleat. He knows he just missed a 2-0 lead. We're through 1, no score here at Riverfront Stadium. The Reds must win to stay in. The Dodgers hoping to close it out in 6. They have a 3-2 lead. Due up for the 66 Dodgers, Johnson, Parker, and Davis. to face Gary Nolan. Nolan sent down the Dodgers 1-2-3. Johnson batting .286, no homers, 2 ribbies. Nolan looks in, nods his head. The pitch, 2 balls, 1 strike to Johnson. Johnson swings, and that ball is shot past Pete Rose. Hit the turf and scoot right by him. So, Johnson is at first. Perez will hold him on. Here comes Wes Parker. Parker has driven in 7 runs. He has a stolen base, and he has a home run. Parker, good contact hitter. We're going to play a little hit and run. No balls, 1 strike. There goes Johnson. Parker drives his ball down the line, left field. Johnson's going to go first to third. Parker's going to second. The throw goes into the relay man. They wave around, and he scores! Wes Parker has driven in his 8th run. Unbelievable. 1-0, 66 Dodgers. These are our go-go Dodgers. Wes Parker clapping his hands at second base. Johnson on the hit and run scores all the way from first on the double. Foster couldn't get to it fast enough. So Parker stands at second, no outs. 1-0 Dodgers. Here's Tommy Davis. Davis 421, 1 homer, 5 ribbies. The pitch to Davis, 0-1. Davis swings. That shot, center field. Geronimo on the run. He makes the catch. Parker bluffs but does not tag. Great job by Geronimo getting a jump on that ball and quickly firing it back in. And here comes Ron Fairley. What an experiment it's been at the hot corner. He's only committed 1 error. He's made pretty much every play he's expected. Batting .467, a homer, and 4 ribbies. Appa Bryan's at the ballpark. Check out his wonderful channel. 1941 Appa tournament going on there. Here's Fairley. Let's see if Fairley can knock in his 5th run. Left-handed normal hitter. Reds infield, outfield. Well, infield normal. Outfield's actually shifted to the left. They expect Ron Fairley to try to go the other way. Nolan down 1-0, trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. The pitch to Fairley. 1-1 count to Fairley. Fairley swings. Ground ball. Concepcion ranges to his left. Fires to Perez. 2 down. Holding at second is Parker. And here comes Johnny Roseboro. He has been the worst hitter, besides a pitcher, in this series. Batting .071. Can he knock in his first run? Choking up on that bat, left-handed normal hitter. Nolan nods his head, arms down to his chest. He rocks and deals. Roseboro swings at the first offering, and that's a gap shot left center field. It's going to be a 2-0 lead. Parker comes racing around from second. Roseboro's going to second, and he is safe. Johnny Roseboro breaks out in a big way. And it is 2-0 Dodgers. Oh boy, he knocks in his first run. What a time to do it. Dodgers trying to close out the series here. The 66 Dodgers have a 3-2 lead over the 75 Reds. And here comes Don Drysdale. He's 0 for 2. Nolan deals to his counterpart, Drysdale. Drysdale swings. Ground ball. Concepcion charges it. Throws to Perez, and the side is retired. But the Dodgers strike for 2 on 2 doubles. We go to the bottom of the second. The 66 Dodgers 2, the 75 Reds nothing. Due up for the 75 Reds, Foster, Griffey, and Concepcion. Foster batting .211, no homers, no ribbies, right-handed normal hitter. Roseboro sets the target. The pitch to Foster, 0-1. Foster swings the lumber. Fly ball, right center field. Johnson, Davis, Johnson makes the catch, calls off Davis, 1 away. Drysdale off to a much better start than Game 2. That brings up Ken Griffey Sr. Imagine if he didn't make that wonderful leaping catch in the right field corner. Dodgers could have scored a few more, possibly. The inning would have stayed alive. Griffey, 125, no homers, no ribbies. Left-handed spray hitter. Drysdale peeks towards the plate. Nods his head. Pitch homeward bound to Griffey. 3 balls, no strikes. And Griffey sends that ball right center field. Johnson on the run, and he makes the catch. Griffey had the green light. He struck it well, but got under it. And that's out number 2. So there's 2 outs. And here comes smooth fielding Davy Concepcion. 235, though he's knocked in 3 runs and stolen 4 bases. Geronimo on deck. Drysdale works quickly to Concepcion. 1-1 count to Davy. Ground ball. Maury Wills, great range, throws low. Parker scoops it out of the dirt, and the side is retired. Good range by Wills as he went to his right, but a low throw. He had to get rid of the ball quickly. Concepcion can run. Good scoop by Parker. We go to the top of the third. 66 Dodgers 2. The Cincinnati Reds a 75-0. Top of the order for the Dodgers. Wills, Davis, and Lefevre. Wills is 0 for 1. Nolan deals to the left-handed batting Maury Wills. 1-1 count. Wills swings, and he goes the other way. He reached for it. Foster moving into left center field. Makes the catch. Lazy fly ball, out number 1. Wills reached on the 1-1 count. That'll bring up Willie Davis. He's 0 for 1. Left-handed pull hitter. Infield, outfield, straightaway, and normal for the Reds. They trail by 2. Davis awaits the Nolan offering. Doesn't have to wait long. Here's the pitch. He's going to swing at the first offering. Ground ball through as it hops past the lunge of little Joe Morgan. And Davis is on. Definitely a base-stealing threat. And here comes Jimmy Lefevre. Lefevre was robbed on an absolutely marvelous web gem of a catch by Griffey and Wright. And we're going to play hit and run again. There's the pitch. There goes the runner. That's a ground ball right side. Morgan's only play is to first. Great job by Morgan. That looked like it was going to get through on that AstroTurf. But now there's 2 outs and the speedy Willie Davis at second. 2-0 Dodgers are looking to add to this lead and close out the 75 Cincinnati Reds. They lead the series 3-2. Here's Johnson. Johnson's 1 for 1. The pitch to Lou B. Johnson. He's in the hole. 1-2. And ground ball up the middle. What a dive by Concepcion. He throws. And that is out number 3. He has just saved the Reds another run. Wow. So 2 fantastic plays by the Cincinnati Reds defense. Let's watch that over. That looked like a base hit up the middle. Concepcion diving stop, pops up, fires a strike to Perez. Definitely would have scored the run there with 2 outs. Bottom of the third, due up for the Reds, Geronimo, Nolan, and Pete Rose to deal with Don Drysdale. So far, a much better outing than Game 2 where Drysdale was rocked. Geronimo, 267, no homers, a ribby. Left-handed pull hitter. Dodgers will go shift hard right in the infield. You can see Fairley now playing at the shortstop position. Maury Wills to the right of the second base bag. Outfield straightaway and normal. The pitch to Cesar Geronimo. He swings right away. And he goes the other way. Single to left. Nice piece of hitting by Cesar Geronimo. He decided to beat the shift that way. Here comes Gary Nolan. Nolan's actually 1 for 2. He knocked in a run in game number 2. He's a 10 sacrifice bunt. We're going to move our third baseman in, Ron Fairley. This could be an adventure here. So Fairley moves in. First time he might be tested. Here's the pitch to Nolan. He's in the hole. He's swinging away. Strike 3. He went too far. Drysdale picks up his first K. And now 1 out, 1 on. And top of the order, Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose, who is 0 for 1. Double play ball gets them out of the inning. Dodgers go to double play depth. Wills and Lefevre pinch the middle. MP Fox is at the ballpark. Check out his wonderful channel. Here's the pitch to Rose. Full count to Charlie Hustle. And it's a pop-up on the infield. Lefevre's calling for it. No, Wills calls him out. And that's out number 2. So Rose pops out on the infield. Wills makes the play. 2 outs. A speedy Geronimo will be off on contact. Parker holding him on. They throw over to first. Oh, boy, a low throw. Good job by Parker keeping that in front of him. So here's little Joe Morgan. He's got pop in that bat. Left-handed normal hitter. Dodgers infield, outfield, straightaway and normal. Drysdale peeks to first. Now looks in at Roseboro. He's ready to work. He deals. Morgan swings at the first pitch. No, there's the throw down, and Geronimo is gunned out by Johnny Roseboro, and the side is retired. Oh, Sparky Anderson rolled the dice and came up craps. Roseboro has knocked in a run, and now he's thrown out the speedy Cesar Geronimo. We go to the top of the fourth. 66 Dodgers 2, 75 Reds nothing. Due up for the Dodgers, Parker, who has knocked in a run with a double, then Tommy Davis and Ron Fairley. Parker now hitting .318, a homer, 8 ribbies, and a stolen base. He has been the thorn in the side of Reds pitching. He awaits the Nolan offering. Pitch homeward bound. Full count to Wes Parker. Parker swings. Base hit right center field. So Parker continues to swing a mighty axe. So Parker's at first. Here comes Tommy Davis. Davis is 0 for 1. There's the hit and run. There goes Parker. Swing. Ground ball up the middle. Concepcion's only plays to first. Good range by Davey. And Parker's in scoring position as Concepcion throws to Perez. 1 out. Here's Ron Fairley. Fairley's 0 for 1. Can Fairley knock in his 5th run? Batting .438. Infield normal, outfield again shifted to the left. They expect Fairley to use the opposite field. Nolan peeks over his shoulder. Now he rocks and deals to Ron Fairley. Fairley swings right away, and that's a base hit up the middle. Will Parker be waved around? No, they hold him up. So Ron Fairley continues to mash. The monster mash. First and third, 1 out. They did not challenge Geronimo's 7-arm. Mark Forsberg is at the ballpark along with Todd B. Happy to see you all here. And here comes Johnny Roseboro, who knocked in his first run, and his average jumped up from .071 to .133. Nolan, hoping for a double play ball, takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to Roseboro. 2 balls, 1 strike. Roseboro reaches for it. That's blooped down the left field line. And Foster makes the diving catch. Parker comes racing home and will score. 3-0 Dodgers. What a catch by Foster. We have seen 3 web gems from these Cincinnati defenders. First Griffey in right, then Concepcion at short, and now Foster in left. But it is still a 3-0 lead for the Dodgers as Parker scored. Extra bases robbed by George Foster. Here it is. Roseboro looks like he's going to have a double down the line. Foster, Superman dive, laying out. And Parker scores. Roseboro knocks in his 2nd. Greg Gorecki says, great catch. Yes, it was. 3-0 Dodgers. Here's Don Drysdale. Drysdale 0 for 1, 0 for 3 in the series. Nolan deals to his counterpart, Drysdale. Drysdale swings. Sends that ball shallow right. Griffey Sr. coming in. He makes the catch. The side is retired. But the Dodgers tack up 1 more. And it's now 3-0. Due up in the bottom of the 4th for the 75 Reds. They lose. This series is over. It's Joe Morgan, Johnny Bench, and Tony Perez. Little Joe Morgan walked his first time up. Drysdale in a much better place than in Game 2. He deals to Morgan. 2 balls, no strikes. Green light for little Joe Morgan. Ground ball up the middle. Past Maury Wills. He lunged for it, but again, this ball takes off on the AstroTurf. That is a 2nd hit for the Reds. So Morgan's at first. As MP Fox says, Morgan to start it, and he sure did. And here's Johnny Bench. Again, his struggles continue. He's 0 for 1, batting .136. Right-handed pull hitter. Infield shifts left. Outfield straightaway and normal. Lefevre behind the second base bag. Drysdale deals to Bench. Bench swings. He rips a shot deep down the left field line. Davis looks up. It's gone! Johnny Bench has just pulled the Reds to within 1. It is 3-2. And finally there is some joy in Mudville for Johnny Bench. A 2-run blast down the left field line that went 347. And the Dodgers are now only up by 1. And Drysdale, he challenged Bench with a fastball, and it was a bippity-boppity-boom to the moon, boys, to the moon. Boom goes the ball, and Johnny Bench touched them all. So finally, the Reds are on the board. They were shut out 2 consecutive games, folks. Let's watch that Bench blast one more time. Fastball, sidearm fastball. Bench crushed it. Tommy Davis raced back, looked up, and waved bye-bye birdie. Philip Reynolds is ecstatic, cheering for the 75 Reds. So it's 3-2. And Don Drysdale has that rainy day feeling once again. Here's Tony Perez. No outs. Can he tie it up? Dodgers shift left in the infield. Outfield straightaway and normal. The pitch to TP. Tony Perez. 2-2 count to Perez. Swing and a miss. So Drysdale comes back. Dodgers throw the ball around the infield. Second strikeout for Drysdale. And here comes another big boom bat. George Foster. Remember, Foster's catch was absolutely outstanding. Foster is 0 for 1. He'd love to tie it up here. Roseboro goes through the sign, sets the target. Drysdale's ready to work. Pitch homeward bound. 0-1 to Foster. He swings the lumber. Ground ball. Lefevre ranging to his left. Backhands it. Throws to Parker. And that's out number 2. So 2 outs. And here's Ken Griffey Sr. He is 0 for 1. Drysdale rubs up the baseball. He's back up on the bump. A little bead of sweat. He deals to Griffey. 1-1 count to Ken Griffey. And that shot is ripped to right, but Lou B. Johnson makes the running catch. Coming in on the sinking line drive, the side is retired. But the 75 Reds finally get on the board after being shut out in 2 consecutive games. On the 2-run blast by Johnny Bench, and boy, did that have to feel good for Bench. We go to the top of the 5th, 3-2 Dodgers. Due up for the 66 Dodgers, top of the order, Maury Wills, Willie Davis, and Jimmy Lefevre. Wills is 0 for 2. Nolan has had a slight reprieve from the governor. Can he keep it a 1-run deficit? Here's the pitch to Maury Wills. Wills in the hole, 1-2. Ground ball, shot past Tony Perez. That AstroTurf is wreaking havoc on both teams. So Wills, a speed demon at first, but Bench with a cannon of arm. Willie Davis at the plate. Davis is 1 for 2. Here's the hit and run. There goes Maury Wills. Davis swings. Ground ball, slowly hit. Nolan has it, throws to first. It's going to be a bang-bang play. Safe! So the speed of the Dodgers come into play. An infield hit, first and second. Dodgers trying to get those 2 runs back. And here comes Jimmy Lefevre. He is 0 for 2. Lefevre, below average when it comes for a sac bunt. Above average for a bunt hit. I would have liked to sacrifice them over, but contact is an 8. We're going to play unorthodox again. First and second, no outs, hit and run. 0-1 count, there go the runners. That ball is lifted deep, right center. A leaping catch by Geronimo. Unbelievable. Tagging up, going second to third is Maury Wills. So Lefevre gave it a belt, and that is the 4th web gem for the 75 Reds. Look at the leaping catch. Geronimo had to go a long, long way. He's off and running, and there's the leap. Unbelievable. Wills read it well, quickly got back to second and raced to third. Patch 83, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for stopping by. So first and third, Dodgers threatening to knock in another run. They're up 3-2. Here's Lou B. Johnson. Johnson 1 for 2. The pitch to Johnson. 2 balls, no strikes. Johnson, ground ball, right side. Morgan, his only plays to first. And Johnson has just knocked in a run as Wills scores from third, and it's 4-2. The Dodgers get one back. So it's the go-go baseball of the 66 Dodgers as I manage them. And it's Willie Davis. He should score on a base hit from second. And here comes Wes Parker. Parker's knocked in 8, batting .348. The pitch to Parker. Davis off on contact with 2 outs. Parker swings, ground ball. Great range to his left by Concepcion. Strong throw to Perez, and the side is retired. But the Dodgers get one back. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-2. The 66 Dodgers over the 75 Reds. Due up Concepcion, Geronimo, and Nolan to face Don Drysdale. Davey is 0 for 1. Drysdale needs to get in a groove here. They need to have him shut things down. He's ready. The pitch at Concepcion. 1 ball, 1 strike to Davey. That ball is shot to right. Johnson on the run makes the catch. Great jump by Lou B. Johnson. 1 down. Concepcion hit it on the screws, but nothing to show for it. Here's Cesar Geronimo. He's 1 for 1, but was gunned out by Johnny Roseborough trying to steal second and made an absolutely marvelous catch in right center field. Robbie Wartburg is at the ballpark. How you doing, my friend? Here's the pitch. Oh, Cesar is a left-handed pull hitter. We're going to go a hard shift. Right, though he went the other way last time. We're going to play straight away in normal. The pitch to Cesar Geronimo. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's in the hole. Strike 3 looking. He got him on the breaking pitch. Drysdale drops the hook on him. 2 down. That is the 3rd strikeout for Double D, Don Drysdale. Now here comes his counterpart, Gary Nolan. Captain Hook still has Nolan up there. The pitch to Nolan. Nolan choking up on that bat. And Nolan lines out to Wills, and the side is retired. Top of the 6th, 4-2 Dodgers. If the 66 Dodgers win this, they will take the series 4-2 over the 75 Reds. Due up for the Dodgers, Tommy Davis, Ron Fairley, and Johnny Roseborough. Gary Nolan so far, 5 innings, no walks, no Ks, 4 runs. The pitch to Tommy Davis. Davis swings quickly. Inside, he's jammed. A little blooper, and Concepcion makes the catch in shallow left, calling off Foster. Another web gem for the Reds. The defense of the Reds is keeping him in this ball game. And here comes Ron Fairley. Fairley's 1 for 2. Left-handed, normal hitter. He awaits the Nolan offering, pitch homeward bound. Fairley swings the stick. That's a shot, sinking line drive. Geronimo makes the catch in center. 2 down. Reds fans trying to rev him up. 4-2 Dodgers. And here comes Johnny Roseborough. He's 1 for 1. He's driven in 2. He's got a sac fly, and he threw out Cesar Geronimo. Best game of the series for Johnny. Left-handed, normal hitter. Infield, outfield, straightaway, and normal for the Reds. The pitch to Roseborough. 1-1 count to Johnny Roseborough. He swings at the outside pitch. He reached for it. That is a lazy fly ball. Shallow right center. Geronimo makes the catch, and the side is retired. Roseborough feeling his oats, really chased a bad pitch there. Greg Gorecki says, Drysdale was a great guy. I met him when I was a kid going to Expos games in the summer. Excellent. Very cool. Philip Reynolds, I do not control the Cincinnati Reds. I did set it up, though. They should be, I set them up to do what they're supposed to do, but I don't control them. Top of the order for the Reds. Rose, Morgan, and bench to face Drysdale. Charlie Hustle's 0 for 2. The pitch to Pete Rose. No balls, 1 strike. Rose swings, ground ball up the middle, and through. So Rose picks up his first hit. And here come the Reds. Here comes little Joe Morgan. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. Double play depth for the Dodgers up the middle with Wills and Lefevre. Drysdale throws over to first. Oh, man, he is scary throwing over to first. Another low throw. Backhanded pick. Backhanded pick by Wes Parker. Drysdale again peeks to first. Parker holding, Rose on. Now he deals to Morgan. 0-1 count to Morgan. Sidearm. And that ball gets away. Gets away from Roseborough, and Rose is in scoring position. Drysdale, he's got to stay tough out there. Take the double play off and now go to infield normal. 1-1 count. The pitch to Morgan again. Now it's a full count. Sidearm. Line shot to Fairley. And the Ron Fairley experiment has been unbelievably bueno. Ron Fairley snares it at the hot corner. Looked to try to double up Rose, but Rose quickly got back to second. 1 out. Rose at second. Johnny Bench with a 2-run homer. At the time, pulled the Reds within 3-2. They trail 4-2. Dodgers infield shifts left. Outfield straightaway and normal. A pitch to Bench. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sidearm. Ground ball. Shortstop, excuse me. And that's out number 2. As Wills throws to Parker. Holding at second is Rose. This could be a squander. This could be a squander for Cincinnati. But here's Tony Perez. Perez with one mighty swing get tied at 4. He's 0 for 2 today. Struggling in this series. 150, no homers, and a ribby. First base is open, but the dangerous George Foster on deck. Drysdale needs to come up big here. He's thrown 77 pitches so far. He rocks and deals to Tony Perez. 1-1 count to TP. Perez swings, ground ball. Wills has it at short. Long throw, and that's out number 3. The side is retired. Rose stranded at second. We go to the top of the 7th. 4-2, 66 Dodgers over the 75 Reds. And it's going to be Don Drysdale to lead things off. Then followed by the top of the order, Wills and Willie Davis. Drysdale is 0 for 2 in the game, 0 for 4 in the series. The pitch from Nolan, 1-2 count. Drysdale in the hole. Drysdale sends that ball high to center. Geronimo camping. Out number 1. And here's Gary Nolan. I'm surprised they're going to let Nolan hit, but again, I do not control the Cincinnati Reds. I'm sorry. What am I saying? Here's Maury Wills. Nolan's on the mound. My faux pas. Wills is 1 for 3. The pitch to Maury. 2 balls, no strikes. Green light for Wills. And he rips a shot down the left field line. That's extra bases. Foster chases it down in the corner. Wills racing to second, and he'll slide in safe. A 1-out double for Maury Wills. Wills now batting .423, and here comes Willie Davis. Wills definitely a threat to steal. We're going to play unorthodox again, hit and run. Wills will dash from second. Swing and a miss, and he steals third. What a jump by Maury Wills. Ivan Diaz says, I see Bob Uecker in the house. So Wills gets his first stolen base of the series. The only other stolen base for the Dodgers is Wes Parker. And with that, the Reds move the infield in. Outfield normal. No balls, 1 strike. Davis, left-handed batter. Pull hitter. The pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Davis swings at the outside pitch. And it's a flubber. It's going to be an infield hit. Unbelievable. A flubber to Morgan. It took a weird hop. Morgan corralled it, but it wasn't in time. And Morgan disgusted with himself. Scoring from third is Maury Wills. It's 5-2 Dodgers. Willie Davis at first. Dale Longsdale is at the ballpark. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. And here comes Jimmy Lefevre. You know we play go-go Dodgers baseball. Hit and run. There goes Willie Davis. No balls, 1 strike. And that's lifted. Shallow right. Griffey coming in. Davis quickly retreats back to first. He had to dive back in there. And there's 2 down. And here's Lou B. Johnson. Johnson, 1 for 3 with a ribby. Now Clay Carroll's in the ball game. Clay Carroll is in the ball game. So they've seen, I think he might have got in prior. I think he probably was in, and I just missed it. So Clay Carroll relieves Nolan probably after the 5th run. So it was probably Carroll who threw the pitch to Lefevre. So Clay Carroll in the series has thrown an inning and a third. No hits, no runs, no walks, no Ks. Today, again, he pitched the fly ball that went to Griffey off the bat of Lefevre. Here's the pitch to Lou B. Johnson from Clay Carroll. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shallow fly ball in foul territory. Perez makes the catch, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th. They play take me out to the ball game here in Cincinnati at Riverfront Stadium. This could be the last game of this series. The 66 Dodgers up 5-2 and in this game, and 3-2 in the series. Dodgers always at the ballpark. Says typical Dodgers run. Yes. Tim Baden, how you doing? This is game 6, my friend. Game 6. Did I mark that wrong? No, I marked it right. Game 6. If the Dodgers win, it is over. If the Reds win, they force a game 7 here at Riverfront Stadium. So the bottom of the 7th festivities are over. Al Red Sox fan will blow his nose. And due up for the Reds, Foster, Griffey, and Concepcion. And let's go to our pen here. I like Jim Brewer. I like Jim Brewer with a 3.68. Or no, it's Bob Miller. What am I saying? Yeah, 277. Bob Miller, the righty, will get up in the pen. I like Bob Miller. And Ron Peranowski, the lefty. So, Miller, the righty, Peranowski, the lefty. They're up in the pen. Oh, yep, Ed Armbruster. Fisk should have still made the throw. I've watched that a gazillion times. He should have still made the throw. They can blame it on Armbruster all they want. He should have made the throw. The cop-out for Fisk, and I love Fisk. All right, Foster's 0 for 2. The pitch from Drysdale, 0-1. Foster swings. That ball is gone. That is a crush shot, right center field. Holy moly, that's a bippity-boppity boom. To the moon, Alice, to the moon. And just like that, the Reds pulled to within 2. It's now 5-3 Dodgers. Second home run for the Big Red Machine. Bench had the first in this game. Wow, he crushed that fastball. Here it is one more time. He just drove that to right center field. I mean, it's gone. You hear it off the bat. It's a crush shot. 424. And it's now 5-3. Dodgers. Miller and Peranowski continue to warm. We'll have a mound visit. Drysdale says, I've got plenty left in the tank. Miller and Peranowski are now, they're at the warm-up phase, no longer cold. And here comes Ken Griffey Sr. Senior's 0 for 2. Drysdale works quickly to Griffey. 1 ball, no strike. Griffey swings. Shallow fly ball center. Actually, a pop-up on the infield, excuse me, and Lefevre calls off Maury Wills. I always have a bad habit of looking at the shadow, thinking it went farther. And that's 1 down. That was a huge out there. 5-3 Dodgers. 1 out. Foster just homered. And Griffey just popped out. Here's Davey Concepcion. He's 0 for 2. Drysdale rubs up the baseball. He's back up on the bump. The pitch to Concepcion. 2-2 count to Davey. Swing and a miss. 2 down. K number 4 for Drysdale. It's a workmanlike performance for Drysdale. Not great, but much better than that horrific game 2. Miller and Peranowski are ready. Peranowski's the lefty. 5-3. What we're going to do is give Fairley 1 more at-bat, and then we're going to replace him with Schofield at third. We're going to go with Ron Peranowski. They got lefty, righty, switch hitter, lefty. Ron Peranowski's coming in the game. And he'll slide into the 9 spot. So Drysdale's day is done. Miller will sit. So it's Ron Peranowski. He's thrown 3 innings in this series. No wins, no losses. Does he have a save? Did he get a save? Oh, it's not going to tell me here. 1 earned run. No walks, no Ks. 2 outs, bases empty, lefty-lefty matchup. Peronowski below average quality of pitches. Against lefties, excellent movement and control. The pitch to Geronimo. 2 balls, no strikes. Geronimo swings at the inside pitch. Left center field, and Davis, that's Willie Davis, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Geronimo with the green light really swung at a bad pitch. He jammed himself. But the Reds get 1 on the bippity-boppity-boom to the moon, Alice, by George Foster. Raleigh Eastwick is in the game for the Reds, as it's a 5-3 game now. Eastwick, 2 2/3 in the series, 4 hits off of him, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. And he'll face Parker, Tommy Davis, and Ron Fairley. Fairley will be replaced at third by Schofield with a 2-run lead. So Eastwick is a righty. Here's the pitch to the left-handed batting Parker. Parker's going to jump on the first pitch here. And that is... Oh, it's over the head of Foster! Parker's going to have extra bases. Foster raced back. That ball just continued to carry. And it's a leadoff double. Is it a double? Yes. Watch that again. The first time the Reds defense has failed them. Well, Morgan sort of failed them at second on that weird hop. Let's watch that again. Foster had a beat on it, but that just kept carrying. And you can see the leap there just over his glove. And that's huge now. And here comes Willie Davis. Davis is 0 for 3. Eastwick felt that Foster probably should have caught that. Dodgers always says 1966 wasn't one of Big D's, that's Don Drysdale, better seasons. Jake Cruz is at the ballpark. Todd B says, I give Foster an error. Here's the pitch to Tommy Davis. 1 ball, no strikes. Davis swings. That's a gap shot. Right center field. That's going to score Parker. The Dodgers will get 1 back. Back-to-back doubles. And it's now 6-3. Eastwick does not spell relief. And here comes Ron Fairley, 1 for 3. The pitch to Fairley. He jumps all over. Oh, they pitch around Fairley. Wanted nothing to do with the dangerous Ron Fairley. Johnny Roseboro, though, is 1 for 2 with 2 ribbies. Finally starting to move the ball here with his bat. So 6-3, the Dodgers respond once again. Davis, below average speed at second, but gets a good read on the ball. And Fairley, horrible speed at first, but gets a decent read on the ball also. Here's the pitch to Johnny Roseboro. Dodgers hoping for a double play, 2-1 count. Roseboro lashes that one down the left field line. Roseboro's hot as a pistol. This could score 2. And Parker is held. Johnny Roseboro has just knocked in his 3rd run. Dodgers are now back up by 4, 7-3. Eastwick is on the ropes. Here's Ron Peronowski. Peronowski has not had an official at-bat. He's going to drop the bunt down. The pitch. It's a sacrifice bunt. I should have squeezed. God damn it. Whoa, boy. We got some... Oh, boy. We've got some... Yeah. A lot of weird crap going on here. Let's see what happened. As Roseboro actually stayed at second. I really had a brain fart. I wanted to do the squeeze, and I clicked on bunt. Nuts. Well, brain fart for Al Red Sox fan. Top of the order, as that was really horrific. But we're up 7-3. All right, let's take a sip of coffee. Brain fart by Al Red Sox fan. Here's Maury Wills. And let's get our pen back up before I forget to do that. And we're going to go to Phil Regan, the closer. He's going to get up. And Bob Miller also will get back up. Both righties. The pitch to Maury Wills. 2 outs, second and third. 7-3 Dodgers. 2-2 count to Wills. Base hit up the middle. 1 run scores as the infield was in. And they will hold Roseboro at third. It's now 8-3. It's a sounds of silence here at Riverfront Stadium. So the brain fart doesn't kill us too much. We knock in a run. Maury Wills is at first. Roseboro is at third. Willie Davis at the plate. He is 3 for 4 with a ribby. Eastwick deals to Davis. 1-1 count. Inside pitch. Popped up. And Concepcion calls off Morgan. And that's out number 2. And here comes Jimmy Lefevre. Lefevre is 0 for 4. Can he get off the schneid? 2-2 count to Lefevre. Ground ball. Morgan charges it. Throws. Oh, he throws the ball away! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! 9th run scores for the Dodgers. It's all coming apart for the Big Red Machine. Cogs and wheels coming off the bus. Morgan throws the ball away. Holy poop. The pitch to Lou B. Johnson. 1-2 to Johnson. Johnson sends it out to Griffey, and he makes the catch and right. And just a horrific inning in the top of the 8th for the 75 Reds. They give up 4 runs. Defense was poor, and it's now 9-3. Peranowski's on the bump. Regan and Miller are ready. They're told to sit down. Peranowski is a lefty, and now he'll face Merv Rederman, the pinch hitter, for an ineffective Raleigh Eastwick. Rederman in the series is 0 for 1. Right-handed normal batter. The pitch to Rederman. He swings right away. Fairley fires to first. 1 down. Ron Fairley doing it all like Bogey and Bacall. It's the best experiment ever. MP Fox and silent exodus to beat the traffic for the Reds fans. Appa Bryan, the horse, is out of the barn. Here's the pitch from Peranowski to Pete Rose. 1-1 count to Charlie Hustle. And that's a shot up the middle. So Pete Rose continues to swing a good stick here in this series. Rose now batting .391. Here's Morgan. Morgan has had all kinds of horrific trouble at second. 1 for 2 today. Double play. Looking for the double play depth up the middle. The pitch from Peranowski to Morgan. 3-1. Hitters count. Ball 4. Oh, boy. Really, Ron? Really? A 6-run lead. Throw. And here's Johnny Bench. Bench is 1 for 3. He had a 2-run homer. Back to the bullpen go. The Dodgers. It's going to be Miller. And Regan. They're both ready. And that's it. They will go to Bob Miller. And here comes Bobby Miller. Regan will set. Dodgers 4 outs away from taking this series 4-2. Bobby Miller. Here's Bobby Miller. He's thrown an inning and a third. He's given up 1 hit, no runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Against righties, average quality of pitches, excellent movement, and above average control. Double play ball ends the inning. Bench, right-handed pull hitter. Infield shifts left. And we're even going to go with the outfield to shift left, help out Tommy Davis with his below-average range in left. Here's the pitch from Miller to Bench. Bench swings the lumber. Ground ball. Fairley has it. Oh, they don't get the double play. So it goes Fairley to Lefevre, but the relay throw to Parker, not in time, but 2 down. Fairley really doing a nice job at that hot corner, never playing third base in his life, but we didn't want basically an automatic out at third. So Fairley says he'll get it next time. 2 outs, runners on the corners for Tony Perez. Miller deals to Perez. 2 balls, no strikes. Perez, and that's a base hit past the lunge of Wills, and a run scores. Bench thought better of it. He took a wide turn around second and quickly retreated. It's now 9-4. That run will be charged to Peranowski. And here comes Foster. He hit a bash, a monster mash bash to right center field. If he homers again, it's going to be a 9-7 game. Miller takes a deep breath. He rocks and deals to Foster. 1-1 count to Foster. Foster lifts it shallow center. Willie Davis coming in. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. The Reds do get one, but they still trail by 5. We go to the top of the ninth. And it's 9-4. The 66 Dodgers over the 75 Reds. Jack Billingham is in the game for the 75 Reds. And here's Wes Parker, followed by Tommy Davis and Ron Fairley. Parker is 3 for 4 with a ribby. He's batting .360, a homer, 8 ribbies, and a stolen base. Billingham is a right-handed thrower. Below average quality of pitches, above average control and movement. He deals to the left-handed batting Parker. 2-2 count to Parker. Swing and a miss! 1 down. Here's Tommy Davis. Davis is 1 for 4 with a ribby. The pitch. 2-1 count to Davis. Davis swings the stick. Pops it up near the mound. And wow! The pitcher calls off everyone, and Billingham makes the catch. That's a rarity. And here comes Ron Fairley. 1 for 3. The pitch to Fairley. Full count to Ron Fairley. Fairley, fly ball towards the line. Shallow left. Foster on the run makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The 66 Reds 9. The 66 Dodgers 9. The 75 Reds 4. The Dodgers 3 outs away from victory. Regan gets up. Miller is on the mound. And Fairley will come out of the game. We will go to Schofield. Excuse me. So Schofield will go into play third. And you can see Schofield's a 6 defensive range. All right, so Miller, we're going to stick with Miller. I like Miller. Regan, let's just do a mound visit. I feel great. Regan is now in warm-up status. Here's the pitch to Ken Griffey Sr. 2 balls, 1 strike. Griffey swings. Ground ball to Parker. Takes it to the bag himself. The Dodgers 2 outs away. And Miller feeling his oats. Look at that crew cut. Regan continues to warm, but we stick with Miller. Here's Davey Concepcion 0 for 3. The pitch to Davey. 3 balls, no strikes. Oh, he comes way inside ball 4. Cesar Geronimo. Come on, Bobby Miller. Concepcion, tremendous speed at first. The pitch to Geronimo. 3-1. Ground ball. Lefevre. Wills. And he holds it. He thought about it, but it was a hard slide going into second. They get the lead runner. 2 outs. 2 outs. The Dodgers 1 out away from an upset of the 75 Reds. That's all I can say, folks. That's all I can say. It is 9-4. The 66 Dodgers over the 75 Reds. Dan Drysdale, the last hope for the Big Red Machine, comes up to pinch hit. He's 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter. Average contact. Average power, good eye. And now they will go to Phil Regan. Here comes Phil Regan. Miller's gone. Regan needs 1 out. And it's all over, folks. Steve Conrad is at the ballpark. Can Dreesen keep hope alive? A quick word with Johnny Roseboro after the warm-up tosses. Now Roseboro back behind the plate. Regan in the series. 2 2/3. No wins, no losses. 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 2 Ks. The pitch to Dreesen. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss! And it is over! Regan strikes out Dreesen. The 66 Dodgers take the series 4-2. They win Game 6, 9-4. I have to say, this is an upset. We did a marvelous job of managing the 66 Dodgers. I love to play go-go baseball. That's the team to do it with. And Drysdale will get the win. A workmanlike performance for Drysdale. Player of the game. Let's see who player of the game is. Wes Parker. Wes Parker, player of the game. We'll tell you why. Parker had a very good day at the plate. Wes Parker was 3 for 5, 3 runs scored, 1 knocked in. He did strike out once, though. Let's go to the pitching. Drysdale will finish 1-1. He had a horrific game 2. Came back with a good workmanlike performance. Gets the win in game 6, and it closes out the series as the 66 Dodgers defeat the Cincinnati Reds in the series 4-2. He went 6 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 4 Ks. He gave up 2 homers. Peranowski pitched 2/3 of an inning. 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 1, struck out none. Miller pitched an inning and a third. 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, no Ks. And Regan pitched a third of an inning, closed out the series. He struck out Drysdale, the only batter he faced. Gary Nolan, 1-1. He won game 2. He loses game 6. Went 6 1/3, 10 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, walked none, struck out none. Clay Carroll, 2/3 of an inning, clean slate. Eastwick was bad. 1 inning. 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Billingham, clean slate, 1 inning with a K. But the Reds are defeated. Steve Conrad, the champagne is flowing. Appichatter, great call, better manager for the Dodgers. Well, it's not, thank you. All right, so here we go. And then we'll look at some stats and see who the MVP is. All right, so for the Dodgers, they win the series 4-2. Wills was 3 for 5, 2 runs scored, a ribby. He finished batting .444, a homer and 3 ribbies. That's the big thing, the hitting. The Reds just didn't hit. You look at the averages. Rose and Morgan hit, and then everybody else pooped to bed. Willie Davis was .423. He was 3 for 5 with a ribby. Lefevre was 0 for 5. He struggled in the series. .214, though he had a homer and 4 runs knocked in. Johnson was 1 for 5, a run scored and a ribby. Batted .269 with 3 runners knocked in. Parker, 3 for 5, 3 runs, a ribby, a strikeout. .346, a homer and 8 ribbies. Tommy Davis, 1 for 5, a run scored and a ribby. He batted .375, a homer and 6 runners knocked in. Ron Fairley experiment was absolutely outstanding. He only made 1 error at third, and he played solid. I figured he can play right, he can play first, had a decent fielding rating at first. We played him at third. He was 1 for 4 with a run scored. He did walk, and he batted .421 in the series, a homer, and 4 runners knocked in. Schofield came in as a defensive replacement. Roseboro was 2 for 3. He knocked in 3 runs. There's a difference. He finally came alive, scored a run. He went from .071 to 176 and 3 ribbies. Drysdale was 0 for 3. He got the win. Peranowski, 0 for 1. Miller and Regan pitched did not hit. The Dodgers in victory, 41 at-bats, 9 runs, 14 hits, 8 ribbies, 1 walk, 1 K. For the Cincinnati Reds of 1975, they lose the series. Pete Rose had a good series, 2 for 4 runs scored. He batted .391, no homers, 2 ribbies. Joe Morgan struggled in the field today. He was horrific. 1 for 2 with a run scored, 2 walks. He batted .318 with 2 ribbies. Johnny Bench finally came off the schneid, but still hit below 200. He was 1 for 4, a run scored, 2 ribbies, a 2-run homer. So he had a homer, he drove in 5. Tony Perez struggled. He batted .182. Today he was 1 for 4 with a ribby. He only knocked in 2 runs, no homers. Foster batted .217 in the series. Today he was 1 for 4, a run scored, and a ribby. He had a homer, and that was his only ribby. Griffey Sr., 0 for 4. He batted 100. Concepcion, 0 for 3 with a walk. He batted 200, knocked in 3 runs. Geronimo, 1 for 4 with a strikeout. He batted .263, no homers, and knocked in a run. Gary Nolan, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He actually batted .250 and knocked in a run. Carroll pitched, did not hit. Eastwick pitched, did not hit. Rederman, the pinch hitter, was 0 for 1, and he had no batting average. Billingham pitched, did not hit. Andreessen, the pinch hitter, 0 for 1. He struck out. That ended the series. Cincinnati, 33 at-bats, 4 runs, 7 hits, 4 ribbies, 3 walks, 5 Ks. Runners left on. Dodgers left 7 runners. The Reds left 5. Who's the MVP? I think they'll tell us up here. It's party time in Los Angeles. The 66 Dodgers, the confetti is flying, and the residents are smiling. The 66 Dodgers have reached the mountaintop, capturing the championship series against the 75 Reds by defeating them in Game 6, 9-4. They take the series at Riverfront Stadium on the road, 4-2. Asked how it feels to be champion, shortstop Maury Wills was to the point. It feels great, like $1 million. I'm so happy right now. Not just for me, but for all the guys, he said. We put a lot of work into this and deserve to be champions. The team is planning our victory parade and fan appreciation day later in the week. The 66 Dodgers are champions. All right, let's see. They didn't tell us who the... Let's leave the game. Got a little award here. And let's save. And they don't tell. Maybe I think if we go to these stats here, playoff coverage. Do they give us an MVP? Oh, series MVP, Maury Wills. All right, so Maury Wills, who batted .444, a homer and 3 ribbies. Oh, I was leaning a little bit more towards Wes Parker. Parker knocked in 8, but they give it to Maury Wills. You can see, look at these average, you can see the difference here. Davis knocks in 6, Parker knocks in 8. So they get Maury Wills as the MVP. I was leaning a little towards Wes Parker. I like Parker. 346, a homer and 8 ribbies. And again, the Ron Fairley experiment, normally a right fielder and first baseman, he played third. He batted .421, a homer and 4 ribbies. So we had some good averages there. Let's go to the pitching here. Don Sutton was outstanding. 9 innings, no runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, 9 Ks. He was 1-0. And then Koufax was 2-0, 16 innings, 9 hits. No home runs, excuse me. No home runs were used. Again, ERA. But he had his ERA, so he was 2-0. He was 1.69. Struck out 14 in 2 games. Claude Osteen was a tough luck loser. He was 0-for-1, 257. Peronowski. Drysdale was 1-for-1. 1 win, 1 loss. Ended up pitching 11 2/3. ERA was still god-awful. 6.94. The hitting. The big bats just didn't do it for Cincinnati. We don't even have to go there. Fred Norman. Norman was 1-0, 9 innings. 5 hits allowed, 3 walks, 6 Ks. His ERA was 0. And then the other win came with Gary Nolan in Game 2, but he loses Game 6. He was 1-1. So that's it, folks. Maury Wills is the MVP. And this is Out of the Ballpark 20. This game's on sale for $5, people. It's on sale. The new game comes out in February, but my God, for $5, you've seen the game. If you can run this on your computer for $4.99, pick it up. Seriously. Outstanding. You get all the years. It's not that hard to understand. It's pretty easy. You can play it without doing any of the GM stuff. You can play as played lineups. You can still switch them around if you want the lineups. But I play my 64 replay Tony Canigliere rookie season as played. For $4.99, this is a marvelous game. You can have all your what-if matchups. They're a lot of fun. So you can make your own leagues. So that's it. Dodgers win the series 4-2. I'd like to thank everyone. Yeah, they haven't announced Out of the Ballpark 21 yet, but usually it's in February. Yep, PC game. It's $4. It's on sale. It's 75% off. I think it's $4.99. Can't go wrong. So thank you, everyone. Greatly appreciate it. It's 11:10. I might come back with another stream. Take care. Till next time. Bye-bye. God bless. You know what's coming, folks. Peace. Love you all.